friends, I'm here with my kids. This is Kendo, and Anna's my camera woman, and we're going to share with you one of our favorite Easter traditions. So, Kendo, tell them what we're going to make.
We're making resurrection rolls.
All right, so here we have some bread dough, and we have some melted butter, and some cinnamon and sugar, and some marshmallows. So, this is an object lesson that demonstrates Jesus' resurrection and the Easter story. So the first thing we're going to do is we know from our study that Jesus' body, after he died on the cross, was prepared in the traditional Jewish customs. So his body, which will be represented, Jesus will be represented by the white marshmallow, was anointed with oil and then covered in spices. So Kendo is going to anoint our Jesus's in oil and wrap them in spices. So just put them here, and I'm going to read to you John 19:38 through 42. This is Jesus has just died on the cross, and his friends are asking for his body. It says, later Joseph of Arimathea asked Pilate for the body of Jesus. Now Joseph was a disciple of Jesus, but secretly because he feared the Jews. With Pilate's permission, he came and took the body away. He was accompanied by Nicodemus, the man who earlier had visited Jesus at night. Nicodemus brought a mixture of myrrh and aloes and about 75 pounds. Taking Jesus' body, the two of them wrapped it with the spices and strips of linen. This was in accordance with Jewish burial customs. At the place where Jesus was crucified, there was a garden, and in the garden a new tomb in which no one had ever been laid. Because it was the Jewish day of preparation, and since the tomb was nearby, they laid Jesus there. So, okay, Kendo, you got all those done? One more. All right, so why did Jesus have to die? Do you know, Kendo? Why did Jesus have to die?
To save us all from our sins.
Right, so we are all sinners. And like our verse this week said, the wages of sin is death. And so the only way to help us in the situation is we need a perfect sacrifice. And who's the only perfect person? Jesus. So he was sacrificed. He died on the cross to save us for our sin. So the dough that I have here, this risen dough, is going to represent the tomb that Jesus was laid in. So can you help me put our Jesus's in the tomb. So we're going to wrap him in the tomb and seal it up nice and tight. Remember, the tomb was heavily guarded, and it would have been impossible for a normal man to get out of the tomb. While you keep wrapping him in there, I'm going to read Matthew 27:62 through 66. What are you laughing at, Anna?
Keep wrapping him in there.
Keep putting those in there. Okay. Matthew 27, chapter 27, verse 62 through 66 says, the next day, the one after preparation day, the chief priests and Pharisees went to Pilate. Sir, they said, we remember that while he was still alive, that deceiver said, after 3 days I will rise again. So give the order for the tomb to be made secure until the third day. Otherwise, his disciples may come and steal the body and tell the people that he's been raised from the dead. This last deception will be worse than the first. So, well, I'm going to stop right there. But so Pilate said, make the tomb secure, go now. So Jesus was in the tomb for 3 days, or in the oven for 15 minutes at 350 degrees. And so I'm going to take these out here. And after 3 days, stay there, boy.
Oh, sorry.
After 3 days, remember the women went to visit his tomb, and when they got there, they saw that
it was
the
empty.
Tomb was, let's see here. These have been in the oven for a while already. So when they got to the tomb, they discovered that the tomb was, ready for this, Anna? Empty. The tomb was empty. So remember, God loved us so much that he sent his one and only son to die for us so that we did not have to die ourselves. Jesus took our place so that we could be with him again in heaven. So the Easter story that we usually read as a family is Matthew 28 verses 1 through 20. And I hope you enjoyed our video, and I hope you guys make some empty tombs or resurrection rolls yourself. Happy Easter.